Hi, and welcome to Wouldn't Be a Drama, a Geo drama podcast where we talk and recap about our favorite dramas. Today we are talking about Pluto Episode 4. And I'm Jazz, and I'm here with my co-host, Linda. Linda, how are you today?
What's up? I feel great, especially after watching episode 4. So we have a lot to talk about.
It was a good episode. This was a good episode.
So far, by far the best episode so far.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So far.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got some questions answered, a little bit. I think we got a little bit about questions answered.
Especially the question with how did May end up blind? Like, we definitely saw that scene. But before we jump into that, shall we start from the very beginning? Jazz, would you like to lead us off?
Yeah. So this episode starts off with Un taking May on a ride on her motorcycle to do deliveries and stuff. And it was so cute. It was so cute. Her putting the helmet on May and be like, "Hey, are you ready?" And she's like, "Yeah." And yeah, it was really funny. It was really cute too. When May was like, "How do I look?" And Un's like, "You look kind of funny." And she's like, "What? Really?" And she's like, "No, you look fine."
I was like, "Oh my god! Listen, if I had somebody that looked like that on the back seat of my motorcycle, I'd be, happy every day, all day." Shoot.
You gotta go get a motorcycle.
Yeah, well, I have thought about it, but
yeah, I thought about it too.
Anyways, well, yeah, right.
Anyway, we'll get back to that later.
Cool.
yeah. But yeah, during the deliveries, Un calls May her girlfriend for the first time. I thought that was kind of cute.
She does. She introduced her as her girlfriend.
Yeah, she's like, "Who's this?" She's like, "My girlfriend." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Literally in that scene, I was like, "Oh, she used the G word. She used the G word."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big word for sure to use.
Oh yeah, seeing the smile on May's face during that part was nice.
It was very satisfying.
It was very nice. Yeah, and then after that, she makes another delivery, and we see May's protective side come out a little bit when that customer tried to pay Un with 1,000 Korean won instead of Thai baht, and Un's like, "I can't accept this. You got to pay me in the right currency. Like, I can't accept this." And she's like, "You're trying to scam me right now. You're literally trying to scam me."
We literally saw Lawyer Metavi in that scene. Oh my god.
Yeah, that wasn't May.
Because, no, it was not May. Because, we've been talking about that. Obviously, we know that she's a lawyer, and we finally saw just how good she is.
Right.
When she put out her card, I was like, "Oh, I'm down on my knees." I was like, "May, take me." Take me. Oh my god.
I can't.
May, because she has such a freaking cute face.
She does.
But this girl, like, when Lawyer May comes out, it's a whole nother person, and it's really attractive. At least I'm on my knees for her, that's for sure. But yeah, so we have... Listen, it's gonna be... I know people watching this will definitely agree because
I'm not saying I disagree. I'm not saying I disagree.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just laughing.
Well, so I was after I watched episode 4, I was scrolling through TikTok and I already saw edits of Lawyer May, and I was like, literally, I mean, that's just the impact that she has.
Yeah. No, she has she has a really big impact. But yeah,
she does.
She's like, let's go. And it was like, "No, I'm not backing down." She's like, "Who said we're backing down? Like, I recorded the whole thing. Here, give her my card." And yeah, I mean,
Mic drop.
May got got paid that day, so with the correct currency, I think. But then we get to afterwards where they're eating ice cream by the dock, and
Oof.
that was very cute as well. Because what were they talking about with the ice cream? Oh, they were talking about like how Un was talking about how May protected her and was trying to protect her and how that made her feel and everything, and how special that made her feel and stuff, and that was really sweet. And May was talking about how she's always going to be there to protect her. And I was like, "Oh, my heart."
Literally.
My heart.
No, they put on my heartstrings in that episode. I mean, in that scene. And then you have the very iconic ice cream.
Oh yeah, the ice cream dripping off of May's hand, and just going for it, and just licking it off. And I'm like,
There you go. And then not only does she lick it off her hand, what May proceeds to also bite Eun's ice cream.
Yeah, she stole her ice cream too. She's like, I think you're just trying to take my ice cream, so I'm gonna return the favor.
So
and
then you have
a
very and that's such a very beautiful scene.
Yeah.
And I feel like in that moment, not only did they it was like a bonding moment, but I feel like you can just feel like the chemistry between those two.
Yeah.
Like the chemistry is just, it's not all the time very sexual, but it's like very innocent and like just
right.
the longing, genuine.
Yeah. Like you can have an intimate connection without it being sexual. And that's what we saw.
For sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was very cute. But then things kind of take a little bit of a turn.
This scene, yes, it really caught me by surprise. Because who do you have pull up?
We see Koso pull up, which is Eun's ex-boyfriend. Now
that's right.
Friend. And yeah, he starts revving his motorcycle, and May has an obvious reaction to that. Like she
literally,
has a physical reaction to it.
PTSD.
For sure. To the extreme.
Yes.
Yeah. And she starts replaying back in her head, like, oh, this sounds like the motorcycle that attacked me that night. And then she hears his voice, and she recognizes his voice as the person on that motorcycle. And poor Eun, she's trying to be but at the same time be Eun, but at the same time not give anything away. And it's just like, well, I think it's time for you to just tell this girl the truth. Like, you just need to talk to her. And Koso's like, when did you come back to work? And Eun's like, I'm Obum. And he's like, huh? What? No, you're not. He's like, what's going on here? And he's like, who's this? I think he recognized her too. He's like, who's this? And she's like, my girlfriend May. And he's like, what?
Huh?
What?
Yeah.
No. What are we doing here? And May's like, who are you talking to? And Eun tells her who she's talking to, and she's like, did you ever tell your friend anything about me? And she's like, she talks to Kozo, she's like, well, did she, basically? And he tries to answer, and Eun's like, no, I didn't, I couldn't do that because he's next. And yeah, May's like, nope. And she just takes her arm away from Eun. And she's like,
she was very upset.
Yes. She's like, I want to go home, please.
With the back and forth between Koso and with Eun, first I was a little bit confused in that scene because I was like, at first when he popped up, I was like, huh, what is going on? Like they were going back and forth, and then I realized that he knows her as Eun and not Right. So, which is why she had to like lie. But also what I found really suspicious in that scene was when he asked, like, is she going to get her vision back? Because that's weird. That's not something that you say to somebody like supposedly meeting them for the first time, So then I was like, the hell, this is really suspicious. But then I also thought it was really suspicious when, because May's reaction, like I'm sure she's heard plenty of motorcycles back and forth, and her reaction, especially to him, was like suspicious.
It was different. It was different.
Yes, different.
Yeah. Because you would think that if she had that reaction to every motorcycle, she would have had that with Eun's when she got on it.
Exactly, 100%. But no, obviously with his voice and his motorcycle, there was just something that was off about it to her. And obviously, we'll go more into detail about that. But yeah.
Yeah. And so May ends up, Eun ends up taking May home. And May does not want her to come inside with her. And she's just like, I just want to be alone, kind of, And so she goes inside with her housekeeper, and Eun's like, I can't just leave it like that. And so I think she just sneaks in and just goes straight up to her room.
In that scene, I really thought she was going to leave.
Yeah, I thought she was too.
I didn't think that she was going to talk about what ended up happening, but I'm glad that she really did, because I think that was the right decision. Because in that moment, I think for anything, you want to clear up any situation that's like left unsaid, or if there's anything confusing that happened. I think she did the right thing.
Right. No, I think so too. Yeah. Yep. So Eun is waiting in May's room for her, and when May comes in, she senses that she's there. She's like, you didn't leave? And yeah, they end up talking, and we finally get a little bit of the timeline of the events.
Yes.
A little bit.
Yes.
So May is like, I don't really know anything about you. Like, you haven't really told me anything. She's like, the only thing that I know really is you were a flight attendant. We were together. We fought. I went blind. You left. And now you're back.
Which is very interesting because it's like, okay, because to me, how long they've dated also, like, I'm very curious about that, because how are you essentially dating somebody? Was it like a very short relationship? How are you dating somebody and you don't know anything about them besides their name and what their occupation? You know? So was it like a fling, or I don't know, did they date for like a year or two, or was it like a couple months, a couple weeks? But then, like, you obviously, going back to episode 1, you have those photos and the promise ring, so there's no way that it can be a short-term relationship.
Yeah, it's like, I don't think it was a fling at all. Like, I think they were in a relationship. I think just that wasn't very forthcoming about her life.
Open about that would make sense. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I didn't read the novel, so I have no idea. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I guess we'll find out. But yeah, Eun's like, okay, well, let me tell you this story then, and she basically tells May her own story, just not her name. And the entire time the entire time this scene was happening, I was like, this would be the perfect moment for you to just tell her everything that's going on right now.
I agree.
Just tell her.
Yeah.
Open your mouth and talk. That's pretty much what I was saying.
Yes.
Like, just tell her. Like, this would be the perfect opportunity. We're already halfway through the series. Just tell her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was like, if there's any moment that would be perfect, it would be right now, since you're kind of already.
Yeah, you're already getting into it. Just tell her. Apologize for deceiving her and tell her the truth.
Yeah, and, go from there.
But then we wouldn't have a drama then.
That's true. That is very true. We wouldn't have a drama.
We wouldn't have a drama. And we wouldn't have this podcast. So.
Exactly.
Eun tells May that she's pretty much born into an unimportant family, and she's not really important. Like, she wasn't a good student. She didn't really, like, amount to anything, which is heartbreaking. Because it's like, girl, no. You have a talent. You like to write.
Yes.
And she was talking about, like, what did she say? Like, she wanted so badly to feel loved that she ended up dating people. Her friends that she shouldn't have dated. Yeah. Because she just wanted to know what it felt like to be loved. And then May asked her what it feels like. And Eun's like, it kind of feels like my whole body is being filled with something. Like air in a balloon. It just makes me bigger. And May was like, well, that kind of makes me a little worried then, because what happens when the balloon floats away from me? And Eun's like, well, considering I only feel that way when I'm with you, I don't think you have anything to worry about. And I was like, oh.
Saved it. That was so sweet right there.
That's so cute. Oh.
That was literally so freaking sweet.
Yeah, that was so sweet. I was like, oh, I want to know what that feels like.
Yes. And then, after that sweet-ass scene, it goes into freaking Eun meeting Pengen, Koso, or whatever his name is, I don't remember. Yes.
Linda does not remember the men's names. She does not like men. They are irrelevant to the story.
I have nothing, you guys, I have nothing against men, but he is irrelevant to the story. Yes.
Yeah, men and dramas.
There you go. Let's get that. Men and dramas. And so, he texts Eun and is like, hey, like, meet me. And so you kind of find out more about their friendship group. And not only that, so you have the whole time when he's talking to Eun, you have Peng there, and she's like, her reaction, and you could tell that she's just like, I don't even know if it's like she's livid or she's jealous. I don't know. It could be a combination of both.
It could be a combination.
But she's just shocked, hearing this.
Yeah, when Kosa was like, did you feel something? Like when you kissed her? And Eun's like, yeah. He's like, really? You felt something for the first time and it's your sister's girlfriend?
Yep.
And the look on Pang's face is just... Yeah.
She's not having it.
Yes,
and so actually, they get into the scene where you have another member of their friend group who ended up in an accident.
Ben.
And is it Ben? Yes.
Ben. Mm-hmm.
Wow, see, I remember his... See, you guys, I'm not bad. I remember their names sometimes. so Ben. And you see in the scene that he ends up getting into an accident, and which is interesting because the attorney for the guy that ends up causing the accident is freaking May.
Yeah. Full circle. Mm-hmm. It's
Full
all coming around.
freaking circle.
It's all coming around.
And so here's what I think happens is that so because she is the attorney for the guy that ends up causing the accident, and I think obviously she's a lawyer, so she has to, whether she agrees or not. Yeah. She has to. Yes. And so I think he ended up getting a lighter sentence than what they wanted, obviously, for their friend. So then Koso ended up getting really upset about the situation. He came after.
Yeah. May.
Yes, and he took it out on May. And then, so we go back to, the wedding for and Paul, and they got a phone call, right? Which they had to rush out. And I wonder if that was the phone call because when May was in the accident, the last person she called was So I wonder if that's what probed. I wonder if she heard that on I think it went to voicemail. I don't wonder if she heard that and it probed them to drive out.
That's
and then boom.
I didn't even clock that.
Yep.
Yeah, I did not catch that at all. Like I knew she called her because obviously she's like, hey, I know you just landed. Call me back immediately. And then and then when she was getting attacked, she called her and she's like, help me, and all that stuff. But yeah, I didn't even think to put together that could have been the same night as the wedding party.
And see, was nowhere to be found. Like, it went to voicemail, so, like, I think that was on her wedding day. And then it happened on the same day. Same night. Yep.
That's a good guess. That's a good theory.
It is, right? So I guess we'll see,
We'll see if it's true. But that's pretty good.
Yes.
Ooh, man, that's rough. Calling your girlfriend for help and she's getting married.
Literally, you're like, bro, not having no freaking idea whatsoever.
Yeah.
But also, here's my thing, because we obviously saw it from May's point of view. I want to see it from Om's point of view. Because, like, clearly you guys were in a relationship. You didn't break up with this girl, but you're going to get married. So then, like, you get a phone call from your supposed, your girlfriend, and she's, like, getting attacked. And so what do you tell your freaking husband? Oh my god, like, my friend or, like, my girlfriend, my side piece, is getting to an accident. We need to leave immediately.
Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go help someone out real quick. Don't worry about who it is. Not important. Just get in the
That's not important. But we need to leave our freaking wedding. We need to leave we're getting married right now, but we need to leave. We are leaving our own wedding to go help my side piece. You're like,
Oh no. I mean, that would cause an accident. Mm-hmm. And an argument. I guess we'll find out.
That would.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. So poor poor and May. Oh my gosh. It's poor May mostly for right now. Poor May because we got that flashback of her being attacked and everything, and she tries to get her cousin Dr. Tong to help her investigate it a little bit, and he's like, "Are you sure that this is the person?" And she's like, I'm pretty sure. He's like, well, what are you going to do? She's like, anyone who commits a crime needs to be punished. And
and basically...
she's not wrong. She's not wrong. He attacked her.
She's not wrong. And she basically told him, like, I need evidence.
Yeah,
I need solid, which makes sense. No. Evidence, yep. But I do want to go back because I think we skipped the scene with... with
Oh no, we didn't skip it. That was gonna be next.
Oh, okay. Was that next?
Yeah, I think
because I feel like we. Okay,
the scene.
We need to talk about the scene. Okay, so Jazz watched it twice.
I did.
And she didn't realize what was happening until the second time. Listen, I knew as soon as I saw Pong there, laying there, chilling, I was like, oh god.
Okay, in my defense, I think I looked away from the screen for like a split second, and I just did not. My brain didn't register what was going on.
She just thought that,
I just thought she was waking up in the morning.
Beside her.
I just thought she was waking up because the only thing I saw was like the close up of Pong, and she was like, it looked like she was stretching, and so I wasn't really paying attention. and then I heard her say, "Hey, can we not do this right now?" And then I see Pim's head popping up from the covers. I'm like, oh, that's what was going on. Oh, okay. I completely missed that. Oh, okay. So
that's hilarious.
I had to go back and get the full context.
Okay, so we'll tell it from my point of view, and then we can tell it from Jazz's point of view. So as soon as I saw Pong, and I was like, oh god. For some reason, something registered in my mind, and I was like, Jesus, this is really happening right now. But then also, I was like, there's no way. I was like, we've seen a lot of scenes, love scenes. But I don't know why for this one. I mean, maybe because it's GMMTV, I thought that they're kind of a little bit more. I don't know, because I think I've only seen the other GLCs I've seen with GMMTV was 23.5.
Yeah.
And
there wasn't really a lot seen in that one.
No, so I thought it was gonna be right. So I don't think so. So I think in my sense I was like, they're kind of a little bit more toned down. So I didn't think it was going to come to that. But no. As soon as they zoomed out, and I saw her facial expression. I was like, oh fudge, this is really happening right now. And all you see is Pim, come out from the covers.
Yeah.
And she's like, and what did she say?
She's like, are you not in the mood right now, or something like that?
Yes. Yeah. And I was, are you not in the mood right now? And so this scene is very important because you have, they're trying to get intimate, and all that's on Ping's mind is Un. Yes. So Un is on her mind. And so Jazz and I, we were talking about this, and we were kind of like, would this be like cheating or would it not be cheating? I mean, she's worried about her friend, but at the same time, it's kind of like murky because this is a friend that she has feelings for.
Yeah, she's in love with her friend.
Right. And so, I feel really bad for Pim, right? Yeah. And Pim here, meanwhile, she's like, oh, look, it's okay, baby, I'll go get you some kanji.
Yeah.
And so you have this girl who's literally clearly in love with her girlfriend, and her girlfriend is just like, bro, I'm not about it. And so she's like, you know what, to make you feel better, here, I'm gonna go get you, some of your favorite food. So she goes downstairs, or I don't know, she goes wherever, and you see her asking for two kanji, one for her and one for her girlfriend. And the who's it? The person selling?
Oh no, the person selling it.
The person selling it. Yeah, they're like, oh no, we only have one left.
Yeah.
And then guess who appears?
In the background. You can have mine. I love Jan. I'm sorry, I love Jan. I love the actress. She's probably one of my favorite actresses. I have a crush on her.
Oh, you have a crush on her?
I have a crush on her.
And so here's the thing, you guys. The chemistry between Jan and Pim is
so good.
It's so freaking good. Literally so good. You can just they're back and forth. They're
The eye contact.
Eye contact. You guys, it's so pristine.
The banter, it's so good.
Yes, so good. And honestly, I don't feel bad for Pong at all, because
I feel bad for her a little bit.
Why? Because one doesn't have feelings for her.
No, go ahead and finish first.
See, here's the thing. I honestly don't feel bad for her. We don't really know the gist of it, but essentially she's in a relationship with a girl that clearly is in love with her, but she's in love with her best friend. You shouldn't have gotten to a relationship in the first place. Regardless, it's not fair for Pim. And so I'm rooting for Pim and Jan at this point, and then go ahead, Jazz, you can tell them what you think about it.
Okay, so I do agree with you that she shouldn't have gotten into a relationship when she clearly has feelings for her best friend. However, I do feel bad for her because you can't always control your feelings. Like, you can't always control who you end up falling for. You can't. Because I've been in that situation. You can't always control that. So I feel bad for her in the sense that she has unrequited love for her friend, and she's suffering because of that. I feel bad for that.
Okay, so I agree with you that you can't control how you feel. You can't control your feelings, but you can control who you get into a relationship with.
You can. I agree. You can.
You know.
Yeah. I'm not saying she's right.
So she's definitely not. But go ahead.
But yeah, no, I feel bad for her in that sense. Just in the fact that she's obviously hurting because she's has these strong feelings for her friend and they're never gonna be reciprocated. That's about that's about as far as my empathy for Pong goes. Because I agree with you because she shouldn't have gotten into a relationship with him. Even if she thought that would have helped her feelings more, I think there's better ways to do that.
Absolutely.
Before you get into a relationship and have this other girl fall in love with you and want to do everything for you that she possibly can, and you're just like, nah, I'm not about it.
Yeah, it's just not fair.
Yeah, it's not fair. It's not fair for Pam, and it's not fair for Pong either, because both of them are going to be heartbroken.
Right.
So it's just like, what was the point?
Yep, that's true. And then we have the scene where Un bursts in the door.
Yeah.
And in this exact moment, I was...
I need your help.
Good Lord. In this exact moment, I was like, oh God, this is not going to turn out good, because I was like, my God, Pim is going to hear the conversation. She is going to hear what her girlfriend is about to say. And so, you have one who's like, super excited because she started writing again because of May. And here is Pang not interested. She's like, I don't want to read this. And can you
like,
go in it?
Yeah, she's like, if you're gonna have feelings for a girl, why can't it be me? And just looks at her and she's like, you still feel like this? And I'm like,
so
you knew this whole time?
Knew.
Yeah. And even Pong's like, you knew? And she's like, yeah, you completely changed when I started dating Koso. And yeah, she's like, that's how I figured it out. And she's like, well, yeah, I did change because I didn't like the fact that you were dating him. And at least then I knew, though, that I would never have a chance because you liked men. So I could accept that. But now that you say that you have feelings for this other girl, if you could have feelings for a girl, why can't you just have feelings for me, basically? And Un is like, it's not the fact that she's a girl that you don't have a chance. She's like, you don't have a chance because I don't think of you that way. And then she's like, you know what? You shouldn't have been the first person to read this anyway. This should be May, because May was the inspiration for me writing this. And she walks out. And then we pan out to see Pim on the stairs looking at the entire conversation on her phone because she has a camera in the apartment.
And she's crying.
She's crying.
Sad, upset, heartbroken. In this scene, oh my gosh, she is such a pretty crier. I just want to say that.
She is.
Book, you guys. Oh my, listen, you guys, GMMTV actresses, they are so freaking fine. And I have a big crush on Kabuk.
You have a crush on
I know she has but I have a big crush on Kabuk. She is fine. And let me just say, she embodies playing Pim. But this scene really broke my heart. She just witnessed her girlfriend confessing to her best friend. And she doesn't deserve that. She doesn't deserve that at all.
No.
Yeah,
I do want to go back. I do want to go back for a minute though, because we kind of skipped over Pim and Jan's conversation when they were getting the kanji. So when Jan was like, "Hey, you can have my extra one," and Pim's like, "Well, what about you?" She's like, I'm so used to buying two for me and and the one that's in the coma that I was trying to get information out of you about. So yeah, I just had an extra one, so you can have it. And Jan is so observant. Probably because she's a fortune teller, I don't know. But she's very observant. She's like, I can tell you're having issues in your love life right now. And Pim's like, you can see that just from my face. And she's like, no. She's like, you're here at a food truck, basically, not close to home, and it's not close to your job, and no one's with you. So obviously, you're here for like your lover, but she's not with you, so you guys are having problems right now, right? And even Pim's like, yeah, no, you're right. She's like, maybe I should take you up on getting those fortune teller sessions, and that's when she ends up getting her kanji from the seller, and she tries to pay Pim back, and she's like, okay, here's your 40 back, and she's like, nah. She's like, you can pay me back when you come to my fortune telling session. And she's like, but you have to take my card this time. Yeah, she's like, you have to take my card this time. So she shows her card in her hand. Yeah. Captain.
Yes. I was like, ooh.
And I was like, ooh, Jan, okay. Get your woman.
And I was getting a little hot that scene. Yeah. I was like, yes. I was like, Jan. Ooh, we love that.
Yeah, get your woman. Mm-hmm. Make her love you.
Your woman. Exactly. I am all for these two now.
Yeah, I'm fully on the Jan Pim chain. I mean, I already was, but I'm on the Jan Pim chain for real now. Pong needs therapy.
Sorry, Pong. Your loss.
You need therapy.
She does. She really does.
To get your feelings in check.
She really does. But I do want to commend Owen for telling Pong exactly how it is. Like, I don't have feelings for you.
Now, only she can do that with May.
Oh, that's a whole other ballpark.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so, then we have it going into their voice notes, right? And Owen saying, hey, can I see you today? And, May basically being like, no, I have to meet with the council. And the council is her cousin.
It's her cousin, because they're talking about the accident.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so.
Yeah.
And so to go more into detail.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, so to go more into detail about that, I'm thinking like, oh, she's gonna meet with like the council about, like her blindness and whatever it is. But no, so she ends up talking to her cousin, basically telling her cousin like, hey, like I think May's friend is the one that, Owen's friend is the one that caused my accident. And she tells him like, I don't need any theories, I need evidence. And he's like, how are you so sure? And she said like she has a feeling, she knows, she thinks it's him. And then we get the scene where that she's driving to look for and she comes out of the car and she has nails in her car, which obviously a flat tire, yes, and goes back into the car. Well, she sees somebody pulling up and he's in a motorcycle. She goes back into the car, locks the door. He drives, in front and to the front of the car. She recognizes the motorcycle recognizes what he, basically you can kind of see like his eyes through his helmet, and she recognizes his voice. And then if we go back into the beginning of episode 4, obviously it's the same voice that she recognized when she met him and when in Owen at the ice cream scene. So now, I mean, like, honestly, evidence is there.
Yeah.
Like, we clearly know that it's him. And we were saying that we think that, he obviously wanted revenge because she was the attorney that was against her friend. Basically, it was the guy that caused the accident. She was her his attorney. So Jazz and I are thinking that he probably got a really light sentence for causing his friend to be disabled, and he didn't like that. Yeah. So he wanted revenge, which is why he did what he did to May. And obviously the last person that May contacted was So yeah, it all just goes full circle.
Yeah,
it all goes full circle.
They're all connected in some way.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we get like a little montage of Un writing her novel, which is very cute because she's so into it. Yep. She has all that inspiration now that May gave her.
She does.
Yeah.
So adorable.
It's so cute. And everything seems like her relationship with Grandma's getting better too, which is great. Yeah.
Because you have the flower scene.
The flower, when she gets the flower, and her Grandma's like, who's that for? And she's like, and
she kisses it.
Yeah.
Puts it in her
jacket. And then
you're like, that's adorable.
And then we get Un to May's house, and Tom is there, and she's like, oh, hey, I thought she told you to go away. And he's like, well, I'm here anyway. So she sees May with another woman giving her a dozen roses to her one.
Yeah.
And she's like, who's that? And Tom's like, oh, that's her ex.
An ex that she couldn't forget. Could never forget.
You can say that's her favorite
like, what?
ex.
And I'm like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? Why would you say something like that? That's so out of pocket.
Okay, so I don't have a favorite ex, and I have quite a few exes. Do you have a favorite ex? No, they're all exes for a reason, right?
Yeah, they're all exes for a reason.
There's no favoritism there, so it's just like, okay, her favorite ex, okay. So
and I was like,
we see.
You can have favorite. I mean,
I guess you could have a favorite ex. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess if depending if like your relationship ended, there was like no issues. It kind of could just be you wanted different things in life, So
true. I still don't think I have a favorite though. I don't think I have a favorite.
Yeah.
But yeah, we see Un get a little heartbroken a little bit, I think, because she's like, oh, how am I supposed to compete with that? But then we see the scene next episode where Un is kind of like claiming May in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to see what next episode. So we saw the previews. And there's a scene in there that we're really going to have to talk about next episode. I'm not going to give it away here in case no one's seen it. But if you haven't seen the preview for next episode, we're going to have a lot to talk about.
Yes, so if you guys have not seen episode 4, please go watch it. And then please come back and listen to or watch our podcast. Because the scene for episode 5, I mean, the preview, it's spicy. It looks like it's pretty spicy,
It looks pretty good.
Yes.
And we only have
we're
3 episodes left after that, so I think there's only 8 episodes in this one, right?
I thought it was 12.
Is it 12? Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Is it 12?
Yeah, I don't think it's 8. I think it might be 12.
Oh, if it's 12, then I'll gladly be wrong if it's 12.
I don't remember exactly. You guys drop it down in the comments below. I don't remember exactly, but I think it might be 12.
Yeah, tell us how many episodes there are, because obviously I might be wrong, and I'm fine with being wrong if it's 12. Because we're going to need a lot of things answered for this series, and
that's for
I don't think 8 episodes is enough anyway, so.
No, I think with everything happening now, it's just now getting started.
Yeah.
So I know that we definitely have a lot more things to watch, a lot more things to talk about. So if you guys enjoyed our episode, please like, comment, subscribe, and you guys, we are on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we do have a Instagram, and we have a TikTok, so you guys can always check that out. I will have all that placed down below. But yeah, please let us know what you guys think of this episode, and please let us know what you guys think of us just kind of theorizing and recapping. I mean, that would mean a lot if you guys checked out our channel, you guys subscribe to us. But yeah, do you have any last words, Jazz?
Yes, I do. We also have something special starting on Wednesday. So be prepared for Wednesday, because we might be adding another drama to our list.
That's right. We know. Yes.
And we will eventually recap probably all the other Geo series that we've seen or have not even seen yet. So yeah, be patient with us. We will get to your favorite series if we have not covered it yet, or will cover it in the future. But yeah, we will get to them. We're gonna cover Affair. We're gonna cover The Secret of Us. Probably 23.
We're gonna cover The Loyal Pen.
Yeah. We might even go all the way back to Gap.
Yeah. And actually, I mentioned that too. I think in one of the videos, I was reacting to Pluto, and I mentioned that we probably will even be going all the way to Gap. So, yeah, definitely. I hope you guys look forward to that. And yeah, just please ship responsibly. And thank you guys so much for watching our podcast, or if you're listening to on Spotify, yeah, then thank you so much, and hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.
Bye.